Happy Friday. I am starting a little later than 11:45. I'm sorry, I was on the phone with a client and all is good. I'm so happy to have clients that are calling. So it's 11:55. I hope you're still willing to watch. So the focus for today, and partly is because, hi Amy, partly is because I had a little bit of anger pop up yesterday, and I know 100% that anger and resentment completely cut us off from hearing our intuition. And here's the interesting thing. I really believe that a lot of us don't even know we're in anger because anger has been looked at as such a negative thing in our society or fearful thing. I was told all the time, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? I had a lot of reasons to be angry growing up. I came from a lot of alcoholism, like generations back in my family, and I had to learn how to be able to look at anger and know that my anger was telling me something, that I couldn't just get rid of it. So one of the ways that I have been able to work through anger is to write about it, to really write about what I'm angry at. Now, this starts clearing away, and so the second part to this is that we have to really learn how to be honest with ourselves. Like if we can't be honest with ourselves that we're angry, or we don't feel like we can look at our anger, then we get kind of in this spiral. And for me, what I learned how to do growing up was that you drank over that, or you smoked cigarettes. So like I had to clear away a lot of that stuff too. So 25 years ago, I gave up drinking. 20 years ago, I gave up cigarettes. So I started getting clear. Then guess what's under that? I had anger. My girlfriend, when I quit smoking, Kelly, used to say all the time, like, where there's smoke, there's fire. So it was like, I really had to take a look at anger when I quit smoking cigarettes. And so that doesn't mean we're human. Anger is a part of our existence. It is a tool to tell us something's off. We need to look at. And if you're around people who don't want to hear that, a lot of times what we do is we bury it, or we want to be the pleaser, or we want to be cool and fit in. These are all things that I grew up having to undo later on in my 20s. And one of the prices that we pay, and I think it's awesome, I think it's an awesome price to pay, is that people are not going to like it when you express and you start talking about your anger. People don't necessarily like rah-rah us when we start following our intuition, because a lot of times other people have a plan for us that we're not following anymore. So if we're following our intuition and we're getting a little bit of pushback, that's okay. What I suggest and what I've done to really support this is that I have a team around me of other people who are doing the same thing I'm doing. Last week I talked about the book club. I highly suggest the book club. If you're really, really interested in what I'm talking about and following intuition, which that's the whole purpose I think I'm doing these videos, is because I have this dream that like little book clubs are gonna show up everywhere, focusing on intuition and supporting each other in that. And our book club right now is doing The Magic Path of Intuition by Florence Scovel Shinn. It's our summertime book. We meet once a week, we read it, we talk about it, and a lot of times we talk about the anger that's come up, or we write about it. I have a whole list of things I've been doing for the last 25 years to help with this. And now I decided, okay, I'm gonna do this video series twice a week, for one, to keep me on track, but also to like share with other people what I'm doing. And I just really quickly wanna speak to the Generation Xers out there, because I'm a Generation X. I think a few of you watching are as well. That's if you were born between 1965 and 1979. We are kind of a unique generation, in my opinion. We're the latchkey kids. We had some wild young teenage years as a result of watching our parents, really, because that's what our parents were doing. And a lot of us have woken up. And I think our generation right now has this opportunity to do a lot of internal work that I'm talking about and make some huge strides going forward for our kids, for our future, and for our grandkids coming up. And so I highly suggest just trying to grab one thing that I'm talking about and just kind of practice that. If it's having to give up alcohol and look into how to do that. If it's that you need to quit smoking, quit smoking. If it's that you eating is an issue, like take a look at that. And a lot of it can be very, very simple. That doesn't all sound simple to me because that was a big overhaul in my life, but my intuition was so on fire on me that something needed to change. I was so unhappy and so angry and so resentful that I had to look at it. And I'm so grateful for that anger and resentment. And I'm so grateful that I said yes to some of the new ways of dealing with it than what I was taught. So I hope that helps you guys. So anger and resentment, they do block our intuition, but they're there to guide us and tell us we're getting off track. So what are you doing with your anger and intuition? Message me, love to hear it. Have a good weekend. I'll be back on Monday working through a lot of that myself, and I'll see you soon.